Good morning, and it is definitely morning again today. 6:52, looking at 14 degrees, eh, which really bites when you think about it. Yesterday it was 25. Today it's back to 14. It can't figure out what it wants to do. It just knows it wants to freeze my water pipes. I'm mostly kidding. I got a heat tape on there. I got everything I need. Pablo is off to a good start. He's been fed. He's been watered. But that's not enough. Doesn't matter. Sometimes I should take an hour, but I think it's better when I just push record because it's kind of what we're doing here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. My list is getting big, and I'm kind of beating around the bush right now. But I found a nice little rack with some, I could spell stuff out on it. And I realize that as much as I'm not trying to mock anyone that I think is awesome out there, I really miss being, okay, I don't really miss being a little kid. I like who I am today, okay? Who I am today is just fine. But, I like that member berry juice. I like getting in the time machine. I hate to say it because I don't want to mock nobody or hurt them, but I had this whole romper room gag. So some morning if I get up and I'm like, I want to say good morning to Hattie, to Mike, to Stefan, to Amy, to Robert, to Lulu. I think it's Kolb. I gotta check. My man's been pounding away on the lyrics in the comments. And I just want to do this little, says it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, it looks like there's 7 people on that 52-person list already. And who knows? Maybe they don't stick around. Maybe they do. Right now, what they do is challenge, mostly challenge or support or just add to this experience for me. That's all I was looking for. If you've been paying attention from the beginning, I already, and that's why we do this crazy stuff in the morning. I got to put the warning on there. It's already working out way better than I'd hoped because my intentions weren't quite the same. Oh man, I was just playing. I think in the end, I was just trying to find a release for all the me, the energy, I'm a hair high strung. That ain't the way to start every day either. But it's who I am right now. I think I'm keeping this short and sweet. I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about, but I think I dealt with most of my comments. I think the handful of you I've already mentioned tend to tune in to some of the stuff. Oh, I don't think I am what I'm appearing. So I appear to be becoming something. Little different than a reactor, obviously, and just trying to work that all out. I don't really want to ramble this morning. I want to talk about that movie I put up. I want to just hide it in here because I don't want to make a special video. Not now. Maybe a year from now. That's it. So, like in the description on that movie, That's all that exists. Um, the Matt Damon looking kid or guy or whatever, they were a lot younger than me. So he and I worked at Best Buy together. And one day, the Sony rep came in and he gave me um, a copy of what was called, at the time, it was Sony Screen Blast. Now, it went on to become Vegas or something else. But at the time, it was called Sony Screen Blast. And I had a decent computer. The discount. I worked there for 3 Christmases. So I worked there for 2 years. But I did 3 Christmases, and if anybody knows how the Best Buy industry runs, me and that Matt Damon kid kept our audio department at what's called 1 1 and 1. You can look it up. It's Apple Valley, and it's at the late '90s, early 2000s. Apple Valley, Minnesota, Best Buy had the best audio department in the entire chain of stores. Why? Because that Matt Damon kid, he liked people with money. So, like, if you oozed, "I am important, I want to buy expensive shit," I'd get him to talk to you. But regular folks and me got along really good. I don't tell you what to do. I tell you not to buy the cheapest thing, and I tell you not to buy the most expensive thing ever. Most people, I let them know there's too many bells and whistles on the most expensive one. You're getting hustled. The entry level is never enough for anybody. But if you buy in the middle of a product line with all the functioning you're looking for, shy away from all the add-ons, you're almost always going to be happy. Um, Little side story on that: me and Nick, it's his name, Nick, the video feed died, and this was when plasmas were ungodly expensive. And we sold 3 plasmas with no video feed with that pitch. I talked to him. I'm like, dude, you just let them know. Man, you came in. You know you want to put that TV up in your house today. I know you do. You know that name. You know you trust them. Anything goes wrong, you can bring it right back. Our video feed isn't working, but yours will at home. Now, I can't tell you that this entry level model is going to be exactly what you want. And this picture, it's great, but do you need to pay $8,000 for a TV? Now, my bosses didn't like that. And the fact I wouldn't sell service, but I had a 100% replacement plan because I knew how to explain to the customer to make the replacement plan beneficial to them. And then for 2 years, I sold the shit out of stuff. I just didn't sell anything beneficial to the company only, like service, um, because I told them I had to go home and sleep at night. So I was only able to last 2 years. I promoted a bunch of bosses. Nick and I eventually ended up in the warehouse because I don't grovel, I don't beg, I don't believe in those things. Okay, so that's the foundation of this movie story. Me and Nick working at Best Buy, we get along pretty good. So we start making all those weird independent films on my channel. Then we made that, it's called Nobody Gets Hurt. It's a little cheapy car, 3 guys, little violence, some weird anger. But I mean, if you're looking, it's on my channel. It's called I think Nobody Gets Hurt. That's the short film that kind of inspired the mix-in. The mix-in ended up being this. So that's the accumulation of all of our movie making skills, and we're talking independent guys with camcorders, guerrilla filming, no shit like Harry Mack and his Gorilla Bars. We called it. You can look down there, and some of them are kind of spicy, so be careful. But the We Are Gorillas gives mine and Nick's complete backstory and some very, very cringy stories too. So buyer beware. So we we decide, we figure out we're going to make a feature film. So we do all this stuff. Now, you don't have to believe me. The goal of the mix-in was to make the least expensive feature film ever made in the United States of America. That was a 90-minute film, and I say was because it doesn't exist. So let that out. Let it out now. That's why we're talking about it. It doesn't exist. Everybody sued each other. So the Matt Damon dude sued the director. The team that did the sound was in on that. And what happened is the scriptwriter took all their shit. The director took all his footage. The sound people took all that footage. And after the lawsuit, none of them are allowed to put it together to make a film. As far as I can tell, that was sitting on IMDb. There is an IMDb page, just so you know, for that movie. But I think he stopped paying his gold account, so it went dead. And because I could no longer, this is it, I could no longer redirect people to IMDb, I decided to get it up here. I'm incredibly proud. So every actor, I got every actor to sign off, and they did it for charity. We fed everybody. We did open casting calls. That movie cost, what was it? It was less than, it was either less than $6,000 or less than $8,000. So that movie cost less than $10,000 to make. It was made on pure moxie and balls. At one point, that club owner, who I'm going to bring in, we shot some of, so I'm slamming the beer down on the bar. That's in the Rock in Maplewood. And what we did, when we walked out the door in the Rock in Maplewood, we did a cut scene where we actually came out a door in like South Minneapolis. So we were doing some pretty cool techniques, just using everything. And this is why I laugh at Harry Mack all the time, because I had, me and Nick were the ones that went out and got all the boilerplate signed, and we had. So we've shot a movie in a Blockbuster. We've shot movies in restaurants, bars. Um, you sit down, you talk to the owner. Sorry, pitch that owner, and you get them to sign off. And unfortunately, you paint a pretty picture, and you say, "Hey, we're gonna get you. You know, there's gonna be some hype, and you get a little free advertising," and they sign off, and you do it, and you make your movie. That's how we made a movie for. Well, that's how we tried to make the cheapest film ever. Now that went to Sundance. It didn't even make it to the big screen, but we did get letters back from a couple big producers, and they were very cool letters. I'm somewhere on my page, I believe I've talked about it, so I won't. Being I'm already kind of full of myself and I'm kind of bragging about it and I'm proud of it, I don't really want you to know who wrote the letters, blah, blah, blah. But we got letters back from Sundance saying, hey, we're not going to take an 80% cut with notes, and it would have been done at the time of showing. I've seen the full cut, so about 8 people had seen the full cut. There was a single showing, and we showed it to someone to secure money to make another movie. Well, the movie got completely edited. We got the notes back from Sundance, and the Matt Damon dude and the director, they all decided that they needed most of the profit from the film. And I personally, to this day, believe if they would have just contracted with me and said, Rand, okay, yeah, fuck it. They'd have said, Randy, you you take care of our promotion and stuff, and deal with everyone, because you're just not that guy. And I'm not that guy. But no, they wanted. So we had a speaking arrangement set up, so we were going to go to colleges. when we were going to go to film courses. And we were going to go in there and talk about, which I think would have worked. I mean, I think I could have got a room of kids jacked. Because if we're just talking about film, that's all. I mean, it's not the progressive ideals that rot their brain. Just movies. And I don't mean that the way it sounds, because some progressive ideas are fine, some conservative values aren't fine. Right? I mean, I understand this. It's all shades of gray. And if it's super loud, I'm so sorry. Like I said, 14 below. She's sleeping. I'm doing this. Okay, so I think that's about it for today. I think really I'm just talking about this movie. And so if you look at it again, uh, you don't have to look at it again. I'm not saying that. God, if you've seen it once, you've seen it once. But I think there was four, three sex scenes, a strip tease, 4 or 6 murders. It was straight Tarantino. Uh, Script was pretty good. The main actor, so okay, you guys are on my team, and not too many people watch this video. This is my personal opinion. Your boy Rollen, acting under a different name at the time, he went in there, and I knew every line. For me, I knew your lines. I knew everything. It was the accumulation of everything I'd done in these indie films, and it was my chance to. Oh, I was gonna break in. I was gonna break in and then do exactly what I'm doing now. I thought I could just be a big this to the system and show them that you didn't have to spend $1 million and go to the island to make a movie, even though in those days I didn't know about the island. Um, yeah, they just let it fall all apart because they were greedy, and I think what happened is they were told that I stole their movie. That when you watched it, the bad guy was the hero in this one. I mean, it was. I let all my charisma shine in that film. I mean, I was the bad guy, but I was an interesting bad guy. I was like me. It wasn't just a caricature of something you'd already seen before, because I just don't want to be that. I hate the same old, same old. Well, it never worked in that trailer. That's all that's left. Um, Someday, let's just say hypothetically, because we're almost done here, and we got to get to some music. And I'm sorry that we're not very personalized this morning. That's coming soon. Pablo, come on, Pobs, come here. I'm sorry, guys, gals, people, human beings, and dear conspiracy. Um, Pablo's just come here. Ah, come here, Pobs. Hi, Pablo. Say hello, Pablo. Um, yeah, it broke my heart. I'm not shitting you. So I spent years. I gave up. I didn't relapse. I switched to cross addictions, and I went and did a bunch of other crazy stuff where I didn't care about myself because I was sad. So my ultimate goal would someday maybe pull this shit together. If I can make this work, I'd put together a team and make one more movie. This isn't a pitch. That's why we're doing it here. I don't. You all know. I'm not. We're just talking. But that is my goal. I would, if I can network myself into one more movie, and I can do what we did before, which is put extra thought into angles, edits, cinematography, find a decent script that we can work with, because I'm not a script writer. I'm not. I needed someone else for that. I don't write everyday language. But yeah, that's my goal. Is because that's the pinnacle of Rolling Green Pride, or Randy, whatever you want to say. I'm just trying to trying to keep it real here for a minute as much as I can. That movie represents the height of all my creation. Everything I learned about everything making art went into that. And like a few of my other movies, I don't care what those guys would say. I think they all got too much credit for other people's vibes. I think other people's energy helped them make this product, and they thought they created something special. And I think all of us created something special, and they just were driving that particular bus into the Grand Canyon. I believe they went Thelma and Louise style on their own asses. Let's just drive off the cliff. So you get this story. Say, I'm going to hit some personalization on my videos. You know how this works. We'll probably go back tomorrow and talk about it. Some other stuff like every morning. If I promised you I was going to spend the morning, it's because I moved a shit ton of furniture, and when the right white brick comes, you're going to, trust me. Retooling this week. But it's working good, and we're almost. I think this program's figured out. I think it writes itself. I think some of you have seen it, and some of the weird that Harry Mack title, because I've been doing them in order. Okay, I've been doing them in order. Do you really think somehow when I started saying all that, I was able to get to that moment in the universe and have that spread and love being the title of that Harry Mack thing? Man, I'm fun, but I am not a genius. That level of I couldn't plan that out if I tried. We are literally just watching that parallel thought and some good vibes create something, I think. Because some of these things I couldn't try. Moments on this deal have been better than I could ever plan. You know what I mean? So hey, I might be a little bit for videos this morning because Mike is 100% right. It turns out I can't actually work ahead. Okay, as much I tried yesterday, it doesn't work. I was sitting there going, yesterday, today, yesterday. Hey guys, forget it. It's today, and I can't do it because I can't. Because the truth of the matter is, let's say in 2 years, I think we'd be doing this live for 4 hours every morning somehow, and bring all this into a show. It does seem like that's what the point is to try to combine it into some sort of my final parting thought. I was a big fan of Jimmy Kimmel on Win Ben Stein's Money. I don't like the guy now. I don't think he's funny. I don't like what they all stand for. Pushing this all day, all day, all day just pisses me off. Numbers don't say it's worth it, but I'm not going to debate that. On Win Ben Stein's Money, he was as witty and quick as I saw a Color Man, a Flavor Flav, Carnival Barker, whatever you want to call it. He had his, oh, it was so perfect. And I see it that way, especially in the Harry Mack now. It's just like about, can I write that joke on the spot? I hope so. I think it's awesome. I think I'm having a good time. I think some of you are having a good time. So, like I said, let's be honest. Robert, you got your song coming today for sure because I haven't shouted you out personally and you need a lot more. You've been riding this bus like a beast. Hattie, you know I got nothing but love for you. Mike, you and my honey are writing head writers. It's just how it is. Stefan, the ducks and the videos. I'm sorry I don't get over Facebook very much because I'd rather communicate with you more, and I really got busy. But you don't know how much you light up my day. And I'm sorry Paul Diano is not a good example of Iron Maiden. I do know this, actually. Like I was saying about, I mean, he looked like he was all burned out in that video. I'm sure it's because he was limp syncing, but just he sure thought he was better than he really was, didn't he? And then Amy and Lulu both, the challenges you ladies give me make my day every day. So thank you for coming along with the ride. And It's Kolb, right? It's not Kobe. I think it was. Bro, I'm gonna get with you soon. We're gonna talk. I literally am gonna try. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. But thank you for thinking me. I'm kind of awesome. I appreciate that. And let's bring a little blessings to people's days here soon, okay? Because I am into that. I do like that side of this too. We're not just here to be angry. We want to be happy. Hey, y'all have a great day. It might be a minute or two before we get some videos going, but they're coming. You know how it works. And eventually we're going to be here. It's going to be 7 to 11 every day morning show. We're going to just do as much as we can every morning. And then the night's going to be the night. You know what I mean? The night we're going to do our Harry Mack, Dimash, Nightwish, and others. We tried to get a brand new international group, but they blocked it. And it was one of the best reactions Ange and I did. We were really impressed with these girls, and they made them think of our kids. So we're like, we saved it. We might challenge that one on fair use. I'm not trying. I don't want to profit off them. I just want to let's keep telling this story. Someday, I'll figure out the rest. But thank you to all of you. We're having a blast over here, and we're not quitting for nothing. It's full steam ahead. I think y'all knew that. I just want to talk about that movie because I put it up, and I am proud of it. I was very proud. We worked our asses off. Have a great day.